very, very straightforward. I don't charge anybody any commitment fees or upfront fee. I don't charge anybody anything unless we find them the money and it completes. Full stop. The reason I do that is because then automatically any barriers that are there from the client's perspective, it's, if I said that to you, then why wouldn't you let me have a go? Because it's going to cost you nothing. If I find you a deal and you don't like it, don't take it, don't pay me. So why don't you let me have a look? If you've got a deal on the table, why don't you see where I can find you a better one? Because if I can't, you're not going to use me and you don't pay me. So I don't charge any upfront fees like I know other people do and other brokers do, which is fine because they refund them and that's ethical. But I think asking somebody for £495 before you found them, whether you can get them the money or not, if you know your stuff and you know you've got the funders in the panel, then you shouldn't have to charge them anything because you know whether you can get them the money or not. So that's my basis. But then obviously that changed. So the large deal that we did for 6 million, obviously we got 1% from the funder and 1% from the client. So that was a large deal. Conversely, it does change potentially. So the Hampshire Trust Bank one, which we've just got credit approval for 3.2 million, if that was on the same charging fee, we'd get 1% because that's shared by Hampshire Trust Bank and then 1% from the client. So that would be 64,000. However, what I agreed with this particular property development client, because he's got so many, we've got another 3 that are coming in the next 12 months, totaling 15 million in development requirement, funding requirement. Now, this client is extremely experienced and he's got everything he needs and he's got people in the office, so he could actually do it himself if he really wanted to. So I've agreed a deal with him that I'll charge him 0.5% total. So 0.5%, that's disclosed with the funder, it's disclosed with him, so we just get 0.5% out of the full deal. So out of that 3.2 million, that's £16,000 on the condition that I do all 3. So 15 million, that's going to be £75,000 over the next 3 property development deals. So on that one, I've chosen for a very specific reason, because he could just do it himself, but actually for 0.5%, he can't really be bothered, and he'd rather that I go out to 19 funders, do the job properly, do all of the legwork for him, set up the appointments. It's worth it for him for that. If I tried to get the 1% from the bank and 1% from him, he just wouldn't pay that for that service. And plus, I'm getting the extra 2 development deals. I'm quite happy with £75,000 on 3 deals. So it works for me, it works for him. But generally, we get 1% from the funder normally. Sometimes it's a little bit less, sometimes it's more. We've done some bridge deals with United Trust Bank, and they charge a 2% arrangement fee, and we get all of it. And then I charge 1% for the client. So on some of those deals, we get 3%. On the larger deals, you can afford to negotiate on your percentage, because 0.5% of a lot of money is still a lot of money. So it varies. But generally, it's 1% I charge a client, and then we take whatever we get from the funder as well.